Let's just be honest for a second. You say you're ambitious, that you've got some huge vision for your life. Maybe you want to build a business, become an artist, a musician, an athlete, whatever it is. And in your head, you've probably already built the entire thing out. You've imagined how successful you'll be and what your life will look like when you finally made it. But here's the problem. Ambition means nothing unless you're actually doing something. You don't get to call yourself a musician if you've never finished a song. You don't get to call yourself an entrepreneur if you never sold anything. You don't get to call yourself anything just because you've thought about it. Potential is cheap. Execution is what matters. And if you're young, let's say anywhere between 16 and 22, you've probably been told you've got plenty of time. And technically you do. But that's exactly why most people waste it. They convince themselves that they've got enough time to start later. They'll focus on their dream when the timing is better, when life's more stable, when they're ready. And this is why most people quietly lose. Because if you don't build momentum now, while you still have time, freedom, and minimal responsibility, you're walking straight into a system that will suffocate your ambition. I've seen it happen. Friends, colleagues, people who had big ideas, huge potential, who now live for nothing except for their next promotion. Their ambition didn't die overnight. It just very slowly dulled out, buried under their 9-to-5 routines, mortgages, obligations, and a few weekend drinks to forget how small their life actually got. The system isn't designed to support ambition. It's designed to reward stability, predictability, and comfort. And if you enter that system without momentum, without proof that your thing can work, you'll wake up one day and realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore. Here's the hard truth that no one really wants to hear. There's a point where potential stops meaning anything. If you're 21 or 22 and you're calling yourself a future musician, but you've never written or finished a track, you're not a musician, you're just a guy who likes music. You need evidence, you need proof. Write the song, upload it, even if it only gets 10 streams. Do the small gig, build a small following, get your first sale, get your first client, because every one of those small wins is what keeps you going. That's what separates the ones who make it to the ones who keep planning to. And here's why that proof really matters. When you do finally hit that point where life starts trying to pull you into that stability, when the job offers come and the safe routes show up, you'll actually have something to fall back on. You'll have a body of work that you can point to and say, yeah, I've already built something. If you don't, you'll have no leverage, and that's where most people fold. You might think, you'll do it later, that you'll work your job in the day and then chase your dreams at night. And yeah, a few people pull it off. But let's be real, after a 9-hour workday, most people aren't making music, starting a business, or filming content. They're burnt out, lying on their bed, scrolling through their phone and convincing themselves they'll start tomorrow. And they don't. And they just keep pushing it until it's the next day. That's why you need to take a shot now, before the system gets you. I've had to remind myself of this constantly. One of the only reasons I've stayed consistent with this channel and why I keep going is because I've had those small wins along the way. A few videos that performed well, some really great feedback from people, and enough proof to keep stacking progress. Without that, I don't know if I'd still be doing it. So here's my advice to you. Start. Get something out. Be bad at first. Suck publicly. It's uncomfortable, but it's the only way anything happens. No one starts and is brilliant from the get-go. There's a line I repeat to myself when things feel heavy, which is anything less than your best is cowardice. That doesn't mean you need to be perfect all the time, but for the things you care about, the things that actually matter to you, you need to go all in. Because if you don't start now, odds are you never will.